Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the channel to do my second college basketball game of the day, and also do my NFL news here and the same video, because I was going to plan to do 8 videos, but I want to mix the NFL here and news in here, so I'll do 7 videos instead. But so let's talk about Duke. Number 6 Duke, base number 24 SMU, 82-75. I actually believe the only ranked matchup here of the day. SMU fought hard. They were without one of their best players. What was his name? Boopy Miller, I think. He's one of their best players. He was out today with an illness. I think he had the flu or something, is what they said. But Duke does beat SMU. A win is a win. Like, a win is a win, but I don't know how much longer you can keep saying that. Like, you've been saying that quite a few games with Duke. Like, oh, win is a win, but I don't know how long you can say that. But Michigan, I mean, lost to a team when I thought they were freaking unbeatable and indestructible. So wins are wins, honestly. Forcing 21 turnovers, like, that was the only good thing Duke did defensively, was force 21 turnovers. But the other team, 57, 50, and 89 splits. The defense was good for most of the game. They just drilled contested shots. Keeps happening against Duke, but I don't think the ACC sucks this year. Like, they're better than they were last year. But they're playing good teams, so you're going to have a bunch of close games. SMU's a really good team. They really missed Boopy Miller in this game. But this team can be so confusing at times, but they were actually feeding Ngongba in the post. It's what you probably want if you're a Duke fan all year, and they finally feeded him in the post. I think he had like 17 points. Isaiah Evans has started to heat up. He's a really damn good shooter. He just hadn't heated up a lot. The first 4 minutes, this game were a pretty good start for SMU. I believe it was like 13-3. Duke might be the worst team in the country in the first 4 minutes. You can't start off this slow. Feels like every game. Feels like every time they start slow. And without Boopy Miller as well was pretty shocking. And but then after that, Duke then got rolling. They pretty much led the rest of the way after the slow start. Dame Sarr, I think, was in the starting lineup. I think he had like 4 steals. Like, he's a beast on the defensive end, man. And he's starting to make some threes. Like, the potential's there. He's a menace on defensively, and you're finally starting to see it. But Duke just needs to stop with these slow starts, because they could come back to haunt you, like, in these bigger games. I think SMU lost both their games this week. I think they had a road game at Clemson they lost. This one was going to be tough to win, especially without your best player. But they fought hard. They never gave up. I think even after they went down, for how many points they went down at one point, but they still fought hard in this game. They were able to keep it close through this whole game. Ultimately, it's just too much Duke. SMU just couldn't get a stop when they needed it. Their offensively, they played well enough to win, but defensively, not really. But their offense was good. They shot like 50% from the field, 50 from 3. But the thing that hurted them was the 21 turnovers. I think B.J. Edwards and Jason Pierre Jr. combined for 12 of those 21 turnovers, and then you had Samet Yigato Glue with 5 turnovers. That's 17 combined turnovers by 3 players. But if they didn't turn the ball over a lot, man, they might have had a shot. Really could have won this game. Despite Duke shooting well on the other end. Duke had 13 turnovers. So both these teams turned the ball over a lot, but SMU just turned it over a lot more. But this was a really fun game, man. For the most part. Like, SMU got off to a really good start. Duke responded, but SMU was able to keep it close and hang around. But, yeah. Let's go over the stat sheet, and then I'll go over the shooting splits, and then I'll go over then I'll end it there and go to the NFL news. So, But yeah, let's go over the stat sheet here. So Duke, they improved to 15-1 in the season. They're now 4-0 in ACC play. They scored 41 in the first half, 42 in the second half. So they started off the game pretty slow, but then after that they really locked in offensively. SMU, they dropped 12-4, 1-2 in ACC play. They scored 75 points. Obviously Duke scored 82. SMU scored 75. They had 35 in the first half, 40 in the second half. They were up by like 10 in the first 4 minutes. Then at one point, first half, they trailed by 10, but they were able to only be down by 6 at halftime. Let's go over the stat sheet. So for Duke, Caleb Foster, 0 points, 4 rebounds, 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. Isaiah Evans, 21 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Dame Sars, 6 points, 4 steals, 2 of 5 from the field. Also hit both of his makes were threes. So he hit 2 threes, had 4 steals. What a game from him. In 18 minutes, Cameron Boozer, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 6 of 7 from the line, 2 steals. So just got to avoid those turnovers, really, man. Malik Brown, 3 points, 1 for 1, had 3 assists, 2 steals. Off the bench, Ngongba, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 6 of 10 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line. Nicholas Kamina, 5 points, 4 assists, 2 of 2 from the field, hit a 3. Caden Boozer, 12 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3 for Caden Boozer. So for Duke shooting splits, 49 from the field, 42 from 3, 11 of 26, 21 of 27, 78% from the line, 23 rebounds, 18 assists, 13 turnovers, 12 steals, 1 block, 8 offensive boards, 15 D boards, and 13 fouls for SMU. Jason Pierre Jr., 11 points, 5 for 13, 1 3, had 6 turnovers. B.J. Edwards Jr., 20 points, 8 for 14 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He had 6 turnovers, 3 steals. Jaden Toombs, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 10 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. Samet Gigi Tulu, how the fuck you say his name, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 3 for 6. Corey Washington, 11 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 3 steals. Jermaine O'Neal Jr., 7 minutes of cardio. Mitchell Holmes, 2 minutes of cardio. And B.J. Davis Ray, 4 points, 2 for 2 from the field. SMU shot 57% from the floor, 50 from 3, 7 of 14. 8 for 9, 89% from the line, 30 rebounds, 10 assists, 21 turnovers, 8 steals, 2 blocks, 8 boards, 22 D boards, and 21 fouls. So, yeah, Duke gets the 82-75 win. That's all I gotta say, so let's move on to the NFL. So let's move on to the NFL news here. So the Commanders yesterday, they hired David Blau as their new offensive coordinator. He had interest from Detroit for their offensive coordinator role, so Dan Quinn acted fast to retain him. New Commanders offensive coordinator David Blau played under Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell, and Cliff Kingsbury. It's pretty good names there. Also, you talked about John Eric Sullivan, the Dolphins yesterday. They've officially reached the contract agreement, so he's going to be their new general manager. The Falcons, they completed an interview yesterday with Aiden Cunningham for their president of football position. Probably one of the favorites for the job. They also completed an interview with Matt Ryan for their president of football position. Which I feel like he's probably going to get the job, but we'll see. Obviously, you have the wild card schedule right now on is Rams-Panthers. Then we have the Bears and Packers tonight at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow we have 3 games. Bills-Jags, Eagles-Niners, Chargers-Patriots, and then Monday, Texans-Steelers. The Falcons, though, named franchise legend Matt Ryan the new president of football today, so there's that. He's officially the new president of football operations. Carolina's expected to pick up the 5th-year option on QB Bryce Young's contract this offseason. Per source Troy Aikman, he will continue with the Dolphins in an advisory role during the head coaching search. New GM John Eric Sullivan is leading the search with owner Steve Ross, but Troy will stay on to advise in a similar fashion throughout the process. On the day the Dolphins finalized an agreement with GM John Eric Sullivan, they finally reached out to John Harbaugh and let it be known that they too are interested in him. Per sources, will add Miami to the list of teams that would like to meet with Harbaugh. The Rams assistant coaches will be in demand in this hiring cycle. Head coach interview slips are expected for defensive coordinator Chris Shula, offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur, and pass game specialist Nate Schillhaus. With his new job in Atlanta, Matt Ryan's time at CBS has come to an end. He will appear in his final show Sunday and address his new job with the Falcons. The Browns are interviewing Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken for their head coach opening today. The Buccaneers completed an interview with Lions special teams assistant special teams coach Jack Malkins for their offensive coordinator position. The Bills downgraded Josh Palmer out for Sunday's game in Jacksonville. The Falcons have interviewed Anthony Weaver for their head coach opening. They've also interviewed Clint Kubiak. The Bucs, they've completed interviews with David Shaw, Detroit Lions passing game coordinator, and Israel Wolffork, Arizona Cardinals quarterbacks coach for their offensive coordinator position. The Bills placed Josh Palmer in injured reserve and elevated Andre Jones Jr. and Frank Gore Jr. I think Trent Williams is playing against the Eagles, and Ricky Pearsall is listed as questionable for Sunday's game in Philadelphia. The Bears activated Kyler Gordon from injured reserve. The Titans, here are the head coaching interviews they've conducted so far as announced by the team. Lou Anarumo, Steve Spagnuolo, Matt Nagy, Vance Joseph, Jason Carrots, Mike McCoy, and Kevin Stefanski. From Rappaport, he said the Dolphins have put in a request to interview the 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. Source says Miami takes a look at the former Jets head coach. The Dolphins also requested to interview defensive coordinator Chris Shula for their head coaching job. So a bunch of candidates there. Titans also interviewed Kevin Stefanski. He's from through here. So the Packers and Matt LaFleur will meet shortly after the season ends, discuss extending his contract, which both sides hoping for a great outcome. So that's really all the NFL news there for today. So yeah, I'll talk about this basketball game here in the news. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.